Hey guys, and welcome to another build review. Today we're taking a look at something completely different than last time. This is not gonna be a jungle build, but a Korean top lane one. And the crazy thing about it is that the guy who plays it has a 60% win rate in 131 games. Something to mention though is that he had 74% win rate in season 5 with a much better KDA as well. Before I go into detail, I also want to mention that there's always the possibility that he's just getting boosted or he would play the same with any other build, but that's something that could always be the case. I'll talk about the laning phase, what comes after that, items, runes, masteries, and give my opinion on all these subjects. I would really appreciate it if you would do the same in the comments below, but remember to be polite. I didn't think I had to mention that, but after some comments I received on some other videos, I'll rather do that. Sadly, I can only show you some highlights from his own YouTube channel, cause OPGG won't let me play the replay no matter what I try. I even tried other sites or other programs, but nothing seemed to work. So after the highlights, I'll show you some of my gameplay with Toplane Shaco with the exact same build, masteries and runes. But enough said, let's start with the laning phase. Something that I didn't quite understand is that he runs flash ignite instead of teleport ignite, what I would and do take normally when I have to lane with Shaco. Well, anyways, in a lot of matchups you're gonna be playing passive for at least a while. He always skills his W first, which allows you to be able to go further on the lane towards the enemy tower or even under tower while backing yourself up with some emergency boxes on the path. So when someone hunts you down or you get ganked, you can always rely on your trusty boxes to fear them away. A lot of Shaco players don't do this before a team fight or split or whatever you may start. Always back up your path with boxes. This is the only way you can still make your boxes useful in late game. Cause let's be real, in a 1v1 situation the fear can be nice, but a lot of times it just gets one shot by AoE or pretty much anything. Early I feel like you can work a lot with your boxes, just like with AP Shaco, to trap them into fear to get off free damage and also cancelling dashes or other skills with animations. If you bait them to use it, the box will interrupt them and the damage won't be dealt to you. That's a good way of winning a trade. Also try poking with your E, although in some matchups like Garen or Tahm for example, it's not worth because they'll just heal it up again. And you should rather just save up your mana for your Q for example. Of course, there's also the all in with your Q, which is kinda risky cause you lose all your escapes other than maybe the boxes you stack behind you. The good thing about the way he plays is that now you have flash to get away, but I would still prefer teleport to split push better. But I also don't have a 60% win rate on top lane Shaco, so he must be doing something right. Other than that, laning is pretty normal. When you get your ult, your fight ability is always underestimated, so you can all in a lot of champions, but it highly depends on matchup, of course. You should also be looking to roam when you push in your lane, or if you just see a good opportunity. Picking up low health people is one of Shaco's specialties. After the laning phase, there's only two options of things you can do, in my opinion. Either you're so ahead and have a team that can teamfight with you that you can just pick out the carries like mid laner, AD carry and possibly squishy top laner, or you're going to have to try and split push and hope that your team won't suicide. This is probably one of the most stressing things when playing Shaco in my opinion, where you just have to do it and not look back. Let's now move over to the build. He always starts off with a corrupting potion, which gives you nice sustain on lane, and the burn is quite nice too. On his first back he gets Tajima or some parts of it, and maybe a pink ward. After that he goes for Ludicity boots, which I haven't seen a lot of Shaco players do. But the cooldown feels quite nice on lane, even though you run out of mana quick when using Q too much. Same as when clearing in jungle. He then builds out Tajima into Titanic Hydra, followed by parts of Trinity Force. I prefer to get Sheen first for the extra burst, but every part can be useful in some situations. Those are pretty much his core items that he builds every time. After that, he either goes for more Moditus or full tank items like Deadman's, Randuin's for more armor and health, or Spirit Visage for more magic resistant health. In the end he runs it out by getting a Guardian's Angel. This is what he builds every time. The only thing that changes sometimes is when he gets extremely ahead. Then he sometimes gets a Dark Seal, which is pretty cocky. His masteries are just very standard Thunderlord ones. The only thing that some Shaco mains do different is take Vampirism over Natural Talent, which I would definitely take on lane to get more sustain. But Natural Talent gives you some nice burst, I guess. and some more AP for your boxer's E and the explosion of your ultimate. The runes, on the other hand, are a little more interesting. He goes for 8 mixed penetration, which means magic and armor penetration, and 1 crit rune for good fortune, of course. His seals are pretty standard, 9 armor. For Gliss, he uses 7 magic resist and 2 scaling magic resist. His quins are pretty standard as well, he takes 3 AD here. Some Shaco players also take attack speed, but both is being played a lot, I think. I really like the build and I think it's a viable option at the moment, in my opinion, and I will try some more top lane builds in the future and probably upload some videos. But what did you think about it? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me if you want me to do more of these kind of videos, or if you have any different ideas. I'm always open for those. Also wanted to mention, I stream in the evenings a lot of times, so if you want to swing by and enjoy some Shaco gameplay with me and maybe have a nice little chat or whatever you feel like, then yeah, you can just swing by. I hope you're having an amazing day. See ya!